Coming up on CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL.
Gather round.
Gather round time. Can't wait. Ahead of our live stream on Thursday evening, we're breaking down all 9 games in South Australia this weekend. It's going to be absolutely unreal. Stats guy, what are you liking?
Yeah, Freo to bounce back against the Suns and North to cover the line, I reckon.
Nice one. Alex?
I'm loving Victorians complaining about how this isn't fair to them, but I'm also looking at a lot of goals from Jezza Cameron again.
Nice.
Can't wait. Carlton Adelaide, it all kicks it off on Thursday, but we're going to go through every single game in this here episode. Check it out. It's CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL.
Gather round.
Welcome to CODE Bet Daily, the AFL show. It is the CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL show. That's how it goes, right?
Oh,
I
that's
love
a
that.
long one.
Time for round 5 with the AFL.
Give it its proper name. It isn't round 5. It is
Gather Round.
There we go.
Yeah, same thing.
I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website we call CODE Bet because that's its name. You can find that at codebet.com.au. And of course, we'll be kicking off Gather Round with a huge, epic live stream.
Watch
And
along.
Come
Yeah.
gather on the internet with us.
Yes.
You can gather around the comment section. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can gather around a few beeros as well, but they're definitely non-alcoholic. I think that's how.
Well,
we're
no, they
roll.
can.
Well,
They're
you can,
like-
you can get around whatever.
Or if you're like me, a healthy kombucha.
Nice one. So you can check that out tomorrow, Thursday evening in time for Carlton Adelaide, 7 p.m.
Australian
Eastern. We'll be
Huge.
kicking it off. Big pre-show, into the actual show, into the actual game. Follow along with your bets, all the bets, everything you need, all in one spot. It's an awesome live stream for Carlton Adelaide. Can't wait for that one. I'm joined, as always, by the Pontiffs of Punting. I got the stats guy next to me.
I'm a bit nervous about North this week. Still a bit worried the last couple of weeks, but yeah.
Why are you nervous if you just keep getting belted?
Well, we haven't keep getting belted, do we? But yeah,
Well,
we were a bit unlucky against you
won
guys.
your first 2, and then it's the downward
Yeah,
slope.
hopefully we can bounce back, but it won't be this week. Probably.
We do have stats guy doing a cartwheel later in the show
Yes,
because
I forgot about that.
You lost
I've
him
never done one, so this will be interesting.
his Kangaroos did lose to my beloved Carlton Blues. And of course, over there is Alex Donnelly.
Hey, I'm here.
He offers absolutely nothing, folks. Either way, this is CODE Footy's back. CODE Gather Daily.
Still
I don't know.
Footy's back.
I'm excited either way. CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL show. What do we always do with these bad boys? We do player props, game picks, best bets. Last week's results, Alex and I both picked 5.
We were better.
I'm smacking it.
Stats guy
2
went
weeks in a
6
row.
for. Not bad.
What's the overall? I don't even know.
You're winning by 3.
Oh,
There you go.
I knew that. I was just
Light
wanting you
North
to say
Melbourne
it.
out to an early lead, but it's going to go downhill.
Oh, okay.
I do like stats guy. He's got the time to actually sink into a bit of his footy tips. It's like,
Yeah.
got to beat the big dogs.
Yeah. Oh,
beat
is
'em.
that what you are?
Stats guy wants some bragging rights for something.
Okay.
Either way, the way we're going to change this up a little bit this week is you might notice in CODE Bet we have a preview for every single AFL game written by all 3 of us.
Yes.
3 each, basically. All 9 games, all previewed each week. The way we're going to set up this show is that the person who wrote that preview for that game is
Set up the game.
going to set up the game with some of their picks.
Why not?
And then we'll all jump in with some tips.
Cool.
Simple as that. Let's get into it. Thursday,
big one.
Adelaide. Carlton. The Crows, look, $2 underdogs at the moment. Carlton $1.82. This is obviously just looking right at codebet.com.au in the match centres. As I've literally updated that, Adelaide have shortened to $1.95.
Ooh.
Carlton
there's
blown
some
out to
sites.
$1.91.
I was saying before, some sites they are favourites. So it's
The
a bit-
line
it's
is
a bit weird.
only 2.5, and the over/under is 171.5. So, which is pretty interesting. I do like that over/under because, as I'm going to get into, 7 straight Adelaide games have gone over. Pretty nice. Kind of like that. And my vibe about Carlton is if they get into a shootout, they're going to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Carlton in this game, so I don't know if it's going to go over.
Oh.
This is a tricky one.
Last time you didn't tip them
So
on our
to
last stream.
set up this game, Adelaide were the death knell to Carlton season last year, 84-55 at Adelaide Oval. Carlton have never won at Adelaide Oval.
That you were
0-6.
You were going
No
six.
way.
Yesterday, a couple of hours. I think James was going through yesterday trying to find it. Come on, we would have won.
I was digging the stats
You
like
were.
stats guy yesterday. I'm just like, I've got the hard hat on. I've got one of those lights on the front of it. I got 2 shovels, a pickaxe. I'm like,
your
going
fluoro
hard.
You're like, surely.
Surely
You
we've
hardly,
won. No.
you hardly played there, but you
Never.
never
We've
won.
barely ever played there since it's become an AFL venue, but
Yes.
0-6. The tricky part is for Carlton, I think, going into Adelaide, this is the Crows coming off 2 massive home wins back-to-back over, Port and then Freo.
Yep.
Absolutely flying these Crows. And with Carlton sort of coming in, I mentioned in the preview, they've looked very scrappy. Carlton, very scrappy.
They have.
It took until the third quarter to put away North Melbourne last week, and even then they sort of just let them slowly.
We came back a little bit,
into the game. And the week before, a very scrappy win over GWS. The week before that, a scrappy win over
one
Geelong.
good thing about Carlton is though last year these type of games they dropped, so at least they're getting over.
Yeah, you would have lost to GWS.
100%
last year.
So the tricky part is, I guess, really, can you look at that form and go, well, Carlton are unbeaten. Adelaide, they did lose a game to GWS as well. I think
it was 87 degrees in the west of Sydney.
It was very hot.
True. Still, I just think Carlton have not a giant amount of chance in this one. I think they'll get Harry Mackay, reprieve, and he's playing Charlie Curnow. I think Charlie goes off. I think this is a bit of a Harry Mackay. We've backed him to go 5 each week. Harry McFive. I'm going to say he's not going to do it this week.
Oh, so he's going to do it.
Load
up on Harry at 5+.
So I'm just going to go sneakily put some money on Harry to do 5. But I think this is going to be the tricky one. I think this is going to be a tough ask for Carlton. So look, Charlie 4+, he's averaging 4. We talked about this in the Daily Show this week.
Killing it,
to kick 4, it's only $2.65. That is shocking.
I'm going to bring this up later when there's someone else who's a bigger price to kick just as many goals.
Nice. Cripps, 30+ disposals in this. No Doherty. He's out with a knee injury. That's that rebounding halfbacker that they sort of... He's a hard replacement, I think. Sam Doherty.
Yeah.
What Zach Williams
hasn't been at his best, but he's still
again.
a solid player, yeah.
So a bit of a rough one. But I think Cripps in and amongst it, if you get Sam Walsh back, Carlton, which is presumed at this point, we don't know.
Not sure, yeah.
I think
we'll get a live update from Leo before the game.
Cripps still goes for 30. That's $1.87. But for the Adelaide side, Isaac Rankine. He's been awesome, averaging 2 goals a game since he's come over.
Very good.
Looking good the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
2+ goals for him. Very simple, easy, $1.75. I reckon that's a great multi-edition.
Perfect.
And Roy Laird averages 29 at home, 28 against Carlton. 30+ disposals, $1.75. If you want to go 35,
yeah.
$2.60 with Bet AFL.
Huh.
I don't mind that.
Don't mind that.
I think there's a big one. Because look, in terms of one of the big things I've noticed about Carlton is their defensive midfield mindset isn't great. Their defenders are very good.
Yeah.
The midfield defensively just gives up the ball way too easily.
Yeah. Well, we
So I
beat
think-
you guys in clearances.
Exactly,
North
right?
beat
So
you. We've got a pretty good midfield.
That
but
was
yeah,
kind of the
so
vibe,
does
right?
Adelaide.
I think North were just so, I don't want to say undisciplined, but young.
Yeah.
And a lot of there was
Not
just
as
like,
good.
oh God, we've got the ball, kick it that way.
Yeah.
And it's like the Carlton back line was just like, all right, we'll take
Mark.
it. Thanks, guys. And then
Nice.
off they went.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mitch McGovern had like 20+ touches last week.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
the
was
first
all
time in
like
a while, probably, yeah.
all the way across halfback, just
Yep.
sort of leading out of there. So it was a
Yeah,
little
but
bit too
now
easy.
he's got to match up on Tilthorpe and bloody Tex. So
Exactly. I think Adelaide win this one. My tip would be Adelaide 1-39. I think you get that about $2.60.
139 is such better value than your line and things like that.
Rather than the line, which is only 2.5 anyway. So
Yep.
there's my pick. That's how I'm flying. How do you feel about this, gentlemen? Any vibes, any thoughts?
I don't know. I know we were talking about how Carlton have just been getting over the line, but I think that's a positive. They've going to be a bit more positive about it than last season when they struggled to get over the line in these close games. I really like Carlton in this. I don't think Adelaide's defense is strong enough to stop Mackay and Curnow. I know they've been absolutely flying. So yeah, I'm going to tip Carlton. I know you guys aren't agreeing with me on that one, but Adelaide, I don't think they're as good as they've been playing. I think they're going to drop off at some point.
Nice. Alex?
I'm in 2 tipping competitions. In one, I've tipped Adelaide, and the other one, I've tipped Carlton. Like so. But for the record, I am going to tip Adelaide, just leaning to them at home, given I still can't believe Carlton have never won at Adelaide Oval. So
For the
I
record,
reckon I'll break that.
you're a coward.
yeah, hugely.
Doing 2 different tips. Just back it.
Both of them.
Yes.
Let's just have a good game of footy.
Go stand over there with Marge for wuss bets.
The best part would be if it's a draw. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that'd be really funny.
Nice one. So I think, look, how do we feel about the over-under 171.5?
Over.
Yeah, over. You got pretty good forward lines for both teams.
I think Adelaide fly over this and just sort of get over the line against Carlton. Friday's games. Who starts here? I think we've got
Stats go.
Liam.
When you penciled me in for this one, I was just almost cried. I was like, this is a very hard game. Fremantle, $1.72 in Gold Coast at $2.25. So the betting market is saying
Try
it's
and
pretty
pick
close.
that.
Try and pick that.
Jeez.
The line is 5.5, so Freo minus 5.5 for the favourites, and you got the over under is 160. So it's going to be a tough one. Gold Coast though,
This is out at Norwood Oval, by the way.
out at Norwood Oval, a bit random, not at the Adelaide Oval. All the games are in Adelaide, obviously.
They
Gold
play
Coast.
AFLW at Norwood, don't they?
Yeah,
They do.
and Norwood are one of them.
They're the
like
big
biggest,
Sandford teams,
Yeah,
yeah.
big Sandford club,
Yeah.
massive history here.
Yes, so it's actually a pretty good ground.
Apparently
but-
they can get like 12,000 in there, so that'll be
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gold Coast have lost their last 12 games in South Australia.
Oh.
I know that they're not playing a South Australia team, but that's just a their little stat there.
They are still in
still in
Freo,
South Australia.
Fremantle also lost in South Australia last weekend.
They did, but and Leo was telling me actually we think they stayed over there, which will probably help them. So don't have to fly over this week and have a bit of a rest up there, maybe.
few
Yeah.
tins down in the Rundle.
maybe.
Or some wine up in the Barossa.
Go down to the Gov.
Couple of
Off
reds.
you go.
But yeah, what's the goal I was going to say about the Gold Coast were 3-8 away last year, and you got one of the best away teams last year, which was Freo at 8-3. Now, Alex is one of the asterisks.
Throw the red flag.
So
Challenge.
I'm counting Gather Round as every team's away this week.
That's one of them. Freo also suck this year.
They have sucked this year. That's why it's very hard to pick. But I've got to take a stance on one team. I can't tip the draw at $51, can I?
I mean, you can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
What
I'm
I'm
not,
telling
I'm
you
not
what to
doing
do.
it. I don't mind Freo. Freo's midfield has actually been pretty strong. Everywhere else they've looked horrible, but their midfields look really good. You've got Sarong and Brayshaw both averaging over 29 touches and 7 clearances a game, which
That
is
is pretty
elite.
good.
So both in that elite category of stats. So I don't mind Sarong. He's been killing it in AFL fantasy as well. Leo looked at that in our live stream last time. I like
Job, Leo.
some of these bets. So Sarong, 110 plus fantasy points is $2.85. He's gone over 115 in 2 of the 4 games. He's averaging 108 fantasy points this season. So I think that 110, just because he has to carry their midfield, he's actually been better than Brayshaw in all stats so far this year, which I've been surprised about. So Sarong, 110 plus fantasy, $2.85 on Ladbrokes is a good bet. And then I just really like the under 160.5 at $1.90 in this one. Both teams are in the bottom 4 for goals kicked and points scored this season, just because
sense, 'cause
they both don't have any key forwards that are just kicking a bag of goals. So under 160, I think, is one of my biggest locks of the weekend.
This does scream like something like a randomly massive Ben King game.
But also this,
Yeah,
the
he's still
Norwood
come back from
Oval
injury.
is smaller than the SCG apparently.
Okay,
Yeah.
but wait, why
So is that
SCG?
good or bad?
They don't play the SCG.
That's bad. No, the ground is smaller than the SCG.
Because the SCG is saying small.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's probably a kick less to get to goal.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to go the over?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's bad
Oh,
for the
he's
under.
gone. I'm going the under just because
Yeah.
I don't trust either of these guys for the. I was talking up Tabernar before the start of the season.
Oh, he sucks.
He's been horrible.
He may play in the waffle
He
this
might,
week.
and yeah, they've just looked shambles in forward and defense. I'm going to take Freo though, 1-39, just because I don't trust them to have a big game. Just their midfield, I think, can take over. You got 2 coups dropped off. Real's stepped up a little bit, but yeah, that Freo midfield can take over.
I do like that. I think we've both gone against Stats Guy in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
We're both going
I'm
Gold
leading
Coast.
the-
Yeah,
I'm
so
leading
no, I've also yeah.
Results, on your Stats Guy.
But no, I've also had a look. Like, the forward line of the Gold Coast, if it fires, is really good.
Last year they were
got-
good, but it looks
You
horrible.
got
this
King
year.
and Lukosius there who could very easily kick 10 between them. But for the love of God, drop Levi Casbolt. He sucks. Marbior Chol is there taking big clunks. Like, seriously, he kicked, 50 goals last year or something
Yeah,
ridiculous?
he was good last year. Yeah.
Drop Levi
40,
Casbolt,
40
bring on Marbio. He can get around the ground a lot better than Levi. Levi falls down. It takes him 5 minutes to get up. And Alex Sexton was really lively when he came on as the sub last week. And Noah Anderson, he had 38 touches. So he finally showed something to everyone before. He's like, yeah, Noah's going to break out. This could be that game where Gold Coast just like, yeah, we're
don't
not
trust 'em.
crap, but we're kind of good, but we still suck.
They also lost
So-
to Essendon by like 60. So
St Kilda.
No, sorry, St Kilda by 60.
Yeah, but
and I know Saints look good.
I'm also
but they shouldn't
going,
have lost by that much.
first half they were fantastic, and then typical Gold Coast drop off at some point.
Yeah,
And Freo have just god awful.
More
Freo looked
importantly,
horrible.
this is just a weird uniform matchup.
No, Freo have got a different
A
one.
new
They've got a
kit.
brand new
Exactly.
kit.
It's
they got
still weird,
They
yeah.
got the gather round kit. It looks gnarly.
Yeah.
But just you try to imagine this game in your brain, you're like, sure.
I lean
Red
to the
and purple?
Gold Coast
In
because of
Norwood?
the randomness of Norwood, whereas Freo are used to playing in big stadiums. They'll be like, what is this?
But yeah,
So over,
Over.
under. Got to be
Over.
under.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah, Freo.
Nice. Right. Alex.
All right. Yeah, the Sydney Swans.
The big
is the
Friday
home
night clash.
team. Yeah.
This is a better game.
Yeah, Sydney Swans, $1.55, Richmond 262. The line 10.5 and 11.5, depending on where you look. First call is the Swans seem mighty short at $1.55, given
A lot of
the
few
loss
outs for
last
Richmond.
week. Now, getting into this, Tom Lynch, huge out, massive worry for Richmond, given he missed 3 games late last year.
Yep.
They lost to the Gold Coast, North Melbourne, and drew with Fremantle in those 3 weeks.
Not great.
That's not ideal. But for me, the bigger worry is no Toby Nankervis, because Richmond, they got backups. Well, no. Ivan Soldo's still out. Tarrant, and I can't pronounce this dude's name, Bradkey. They both hurt themselves last week in the VFL, and they're the next line of
big
ruckman.
guys,
So,
yeah.
like, McIntosh may have to jump in the ruck.
Nah, you got like Bolter and Samson Ryan, who are their other two talls.
But Peter Laddams may throw Samson Ryan onto the hill with Leo.
Yeah.
Leo's up there shirtless. Yeah, boys.
Football! I can hit! But yeah, also no Buddy for the Swans, but for me, that's not a massive deal. The Swans look their best in
without him
round
at the
2.
moment,
It was against Hawthorn, but they actually moved the ball with a lot of fluidity and there was a lot of space for the forwards where you had McDonald and Amati kick, 9 or 10 between them. No, the McCartan's out. It's not ideal, but sort of Tom Lynch offsetting that. Aaron Francis gets his chance to play his first game for the Swans. He's been playing really well in the VFL. He'll be straight back in.
He was good for
he's come across from Essendon.
He was good for the Bombs.
It'll be so typical of the Swans where Aaron Francis comes out and gives Jack Riewoldt a bath in Essendon and are like, crap, not again.
Isn't there a crazy Jack Riewoldt stat though? I think in South Australia, he's like kicked 2+ in like a horrifyingly large amount of games.
Really?
Oh, okay. Well, he'll need to do that if Richmond are a chance of winning this game.
Or to stay on the team.
Swans have won their last two against Richmond. Swans got over the line by a goal last year with a mad comeback and absolutely smashed them 2 years ago at MCG. I think they won by about 40 points. But for me, this is a game the Swans have to win. Richmond winning would be more like of a surprise, obviously, with the odds there. But you look at it and just go, yeah, Sydney will win that, given the way the two teams have sort of started this year. The Swans were just gross last week. That game was just horrendous to watch as a Swans fan. And Richmond, like they played 20 minutes of good football and still only lost by a goal.
Adapt to the conditions
I don't know why they didn't or how they didn't win that game against the Western Bulldogs. And it's the Western Bulldogs. I've got no faith in them. So
yeah, they just went, what's that over there? Oh, is it a cliff?
yeah, literally. Chumley Warner, 30+. So about 3 the 4 this year. $3.60 seems a good bet. Just him on a big open deck at the Adelaide Oval. Just Laddams also not having a gun ruckman to go against. It just seems tap down Warner, clearance, off we go. The Swans need to get back to that run and gun style. When they did that last week is when they looked at their best. And Logan McDonald, forward line's going to open up for him, 2 goals plus. And it's only $1.85, but don't mind that at all. He needs to kick a few goals to really fire up for the Swans.
2 names.
Nice.
I've got, I want to say, Liam Baker, 25+ disposals.
He's
I think he's ripped
player.
it off
He's a
3
good
straight
player.
times.
Played
He's
a bit
been
of midfield
awesome.
as well, yeah.
He was like one of the few shining lights last week.
Yep.
The Rewalt one, obviously, but I think Jake Lloyd as well is like just ripping off 25+ each game he plays. So
Nice. I had a random one as well. Tom Lynch is out. You got Samson Ryan, who's only played a few games. He played in the preseason without Lynch, and he kicked 2 in both of those preseason games. So I don't mind Samson Ryan to kick 2 plus 285. He's not the best player in the world, but I think he's going to be their big target up forward.
Yeah.
So.
what's your over-under here, Alex?
I did not write that down. Good job, Alex. But I was looking towards the unders here, just given both teams missing sort of key forwards.
I got it. I got it somewhere. I got it here. 168.5 is the over-under.
Oh, that's an annoying.
Yeah, it's like, that's like 80 something each.
a
And
horrible
I
line.
think the Swans have kicked over 100 in their last 2 games against Richmond as well. So
maybe go the over.
yeah, so that might be an over game. But
I feel like the under.
I've got to sit. I got to sit down and really dig into it, which I'm planning
Without
to do
Lynch,
after this.
I'm leaning towards the under.
Right, moving along. The
who
tip
are we
was Richmond for me. I
Oh.
like Richmond in the under.
Fair enough.
I think the absence of Lynch, it's like, oh no, we're going to Lynch. And then Sydney
Might open up some other
maybe
players.
just pull back a little bit. No McCartans. It's just a bit wonky. And Richmond pull out an absolute squeaker.
Fair enough.
Swans.
Yeah, I'm going Swans as well.
Nice one. Saturday, I think this is you again, Stats Guy.
Blockbuster. Sellout at Adelaide Hills, I believe. 5,000 people packing in Adelaide
Yeah,
Hills.
apparently Leo's going to be in the back of the ute bipping the horn.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Silver's got his third. Now we got Brisbane $1.20 against North Melbourne, my beloved North. I don't know why I've got that at $1.28. That's supposed to be $5. I'm pretty sure that's $5 I'm supposed to be. So North Melbourne $5, Brisbane $1.20. The line is 29.5 in Brisbane's favour. Then you got the over/under is at 157, which is quite low actually, but maybe people are predicting Brisbane are going to smash us. Brisbane have beaten.
I've got 161 here.
Ooh.
So.
I didn't know. I didn't write that down, so I thought you did. Anyway, maybe. Anyway, 161. There we go. Is over under. But Brisbane have beaten the Roos the last 5 meetings, pretty convincingly as well. I think they look a bit too tall. Even if Mackay for us comes back, we've still got a very small backline, as we showed last week against Kerno and Mackay.
Yeah.
Where if you just set a block and you rotate it into any of our other backmen, we just got no chance. So I think Danaher and Hipwood could have a big game combined.
Cam Rayner could have 40,000 possessions.
I think we
again.
match up okay on Cam Rayner because he's that medium size, which our whole backline is medium sized. So I don't mind that, but look for Danaher and Hipwood to go big. That's why I don't mind Danaher in this one. You got Kerno and Mackay combined for 10, And like Kerno, he's very agile and athletic for his size. Danaher likes to do that every now and then. So I don't mind Danaher 3+ at $2.35 is my
I feel like
first
this
play
is
prop.
where we should drop in like a clip from last week where I was like, Brisbane are going to smoke Collingwood. And you're like, nah.
Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It's like my one triumph so far this year.
That was
I've
actually a good call,
absolutely
yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got that one.
Forgot about that. But
Anyway,
yeah,
it was
Brisbane,
like Danaher, Hipwood.
they fired
Chucky
up. So there was,
Cameron.
Chucky
They were
kicked
awesome.
6. Let's just
See,
leave it
he
at that.
kicked 6.
He looked like Usain Bolt. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
He's been amazing. And Danaher looked really good. He's kicked 20 goals in 10 games against North. Our backline doesn't look strong enough to go against him, so I don't mind that for 3+. Then I know this is a bit controversial, and a lot of people will take Brisbane at the line. I'm going to take North at the line. We covered against Carlton last week.
Back to a cover.
We've covered in 3 of our first 4 games. It helps when you win 2 underdog games, but we still covered in 3 of the first 4. We won the inside 50s last week and the clearances against Carlton. So I'm not saying we're going to do that this week, but I think we can cover that 29.5 line. We showed also last week, Carlton were up by 46 at one point. Usually when that happens against North Melbourne, it just keeps going higher and higher, but we actually fought back to the end, which I think Clarko
Was
saw
it
that.
that or Carlton just going, back into third,
I don't
boys?
know. We won a lot of clearances in that, second half. So I don't mind that 29
I'm
and a
also
half.
throwing in big occasion, not wanting to give up. Now you're out in the hills with 5,000 people there. If Brisbane get 10 goals in front, it could be 100 points.
Might be more North Melbourne people.
Can we
than
pack her
Brisbane.
up, boys, I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm taking North at the line at $1.91. I don't mind that one as well.
All right, what about the over-under of the 161?
161. I'm going
Over.
to take the over because we've actually improved our goal kicking a lot this year. So
Yeah, I think Brisbane might put up 160 on you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
I'm
can't know
thinking
about
Brisbane
that.
120.
fair enough.
The tip is Brisbane and the over.
I'm going Brisbane at the line as well.
I'm going North at the line, but Brisbane as my tip.
Nice one. Essendon, Melbourne. The Bombers, $4. Melbourne, $1.28. The line,
Jaymz, this game should be at the MCG because it's not fair.
just imagine, this at the G would be incredible. It's like, settle down, stupid Australian,
Victorians.
Melbourne media.
Melbourne,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Well, to be fair, it's better than what Damien Barrett said. So
No. I want to get on top of this. People complaining about the gather round, absolutely shove
it's
it.
cool.
This is
It's
the
cool.
coolest idea the AFL's had in a long time. Every club's getting $500,000 in revenue. It's
Yeah,
South
we need
Australian
that.
government have paid like $14 million, and you're getting an extra round of footy.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the rest of the year.
Australia, like Melbourne media not being able to like understand that other people like football and go to the football is one of the most dunderheaded approaches I think I've seen in Australian media. It is chaos. It's like, but just imagine at the MCG, Collingwood, St Kilda. It's like, but just imagine it in Adelaide.
It's gonna be
as part
solid
of
anyway,
Gather
yeah.
round,
Yeah.
you absolute mouth-breathing morons. Are you serious? What is going on? Anyway,
I
Essendon,
needed
Melbourne,
to get that in.
Essendon Melbourne is a great game. I love that it's actually over there. And to be honest, I love the aspect of Gather Round where we go, cool, we've actually got
It's harder to
massive
pick.
Melbourne clubs.
There is literally
playing
going to be,
in South
is it
Australia.
55,000 in Adelaide?
50,000,
There'll be
yeah.
55,000 because Port Adelaide play straight after this game.
Yep.
It's going to be sick. Now also, there is a crap ton
Also.
of rain coming on Saturday in Adelaide apparently.
Oh,
Up to
okay.
25 mils. Leo's going to be shirtless sliding down the hill.
I like it.
Wait, so how much? What odds do you get for that?
So the line here is four goals, 23.5, 24.5, depending on where you're looking at it. The over-under is 157.5, 158.5.
Yep.
If it is going to be wet, I feel like the under is the play.
Yeah, that's why I told to put that in. I saw that you had the over. I was like, need to say that there's
If it-
about 25 mils of rain coming.
Were it dry, I'd be way over because I think
Yeah.
6 of the last 7 that the Demons have played have gone all over.
Yep.
Melbourne have covered 7 of their last 8 in
Ooh,
Adelaide.
Okay.
At the Adelaide Oval.
At the other level, yeah.
So that line of 4 goals feels pretty
And
easy.
they've covered their last 2. I know that of.
Point being, Melbourne 40 plus. That's my play here.
Ooh, I-
$3. I
hey,
think
me too. Yeah.
Essendon, absolute fool's gold. I mentioned that last week. Didn't work out in my favour last
No.
week, but at the same
You had the one good Jake Stringer game for 6 weeks.
Exactly.
He won't
Yeah,
do
he
anything
won't-
for
yeah,
the next
exactly,
month
yeah.
at
This
least.
is a class above, I think, this Melbourne team.
Yeah.
Clayton Oliver, 30 plus touches is only $1.38. Which is absolute chaos. Petrarca, though, 2. He's not exactly a volume gatherer at the moment.
No.
He's more of an impact gatherer.
He's just chipping away, building it.
always gets about 25, though.
Doing good stuff on TikTok. It's always about it.
Darcy Parish, 30 plus. He's gone over 30 each game so far this season.
Out the back handball, yeah.
Absolutely smash it. That's
Yep.
$1.52. And Cozzy Pickett. I love the vibe of Cozzy Pickett.
He's
to
so
gather
good.
around to get the first goal. That's
He's
$10.
back this week, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he played last week.
Oh,
he
did
kicked
he?
2 goals,
Yeah.
5 last week.
Oh, he did too. That's right. Yeah.
So he's feeling it. 2 plus goals is $2.55. I love Cozzy Pickett for this. And the most underrated man, I think, in the AFL.
Ooh.
Bailey Fritsch.
I've got someone else who is. I'm
Oh,
going
I
to
think
mention him
he's-
later.
Oh, he
Most
gets a lot of
underrated
junk
forward.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like.
He's the most underrated. Just
Underrated for betting is
you could basically lock him into 2+ goals for every game. And so pack her up. Done.
His eyes just.
I'm going to mention someone in my later game who I think is the same.
3+ for Bailey is $2.60, and I think
That's
Melbourne
good, yeah.
And he's such a good kick for goal too.
Essendon. Yeah. So the crazy thing is, I think Essendon have beaten Melbourne in like one time in the last 5. Melbourne just have their number. Like it's no problems there. Even without Gawn, I just don't see Essendon.
Brody Grundy is on track to be an All-Australian.
So
he's been amazing.
I think they're fine. I think Melbourne crush them. Just look, what we saw from Essendon against St Kilda 2 weeks ago, I think that's what we see again here, where it's just like it's a team that's just that little bit better that they just get steamrolled by, and Melbourne will steamroll.
That's their level.
I agree.
So my pick here is if it's wet, the under and Melbourne, and I'm going to go the 40+. Alex?
D's 40+.
Nice. Let's go.
I'm just going to take D's at the line at 24.5.
Nice one. Who's got Port Western Bulldogs?
That's me. So $1.52 for Port Adelaide. The line is 11.5 both ways. Western Bulldogs at $2.55. Now I had written in because this is the first of the backup games. So you've got obviously the prior game between Melbourne and Essendon.
Oh, so it's on the same ground.
Yeah, so obviously you've got Thursday night, Friday night, but you've got Saturday Arvo, Saturday night.
Wow.
So
that's
I
awesome.
think there's an hour between games or something. So
Mudfest, let's go.
It could be, if
they get the 25
Cut to
mils
Leo
around,
in the crowd.
yeah, so this ground could be absolutely chewed up by then.
Leo's had 3 beers.
Yeah, exactly. All weekend. Port have won 3 of the last 5 against the Dogs, and also like we saw that they flew late against the Swans to win. They kicked 3 goals really late to win there. And I still don't know how the Western Bulldogs beat Richmond. I'm going to be figuring that one out for a while. But if they play
game,
but if the Western Bulldogs play like they did in the second quarter, like they're just going to get smashed. Like they just stood there and went, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's another goal. Okay, we're just going to keep standing here. Cool." And I think they more won due to Richmond's inability to ice the game than them winning.
They're a very
themselves.
good wet ball team as well. Bulldogs.
Yeah.
You got Libbo, just plays like it's right.
But yeah, I'm leaning towards Port at home. Like I don't think the loss to Adelaide 2 weeks ago looks as bad as we thought it was now, given the way Adelaide came out and smoked Freo. Aliir is going to wear Aaron Norton like a hat. He absolutely towed up Buddy Franklin last week, and Buddy's a way better player than Aaron Norton. So really think that Norton will be shut out of the game there, and then who else kicks goals for them? Like you're really going to struggle to kick a winning score if he doesn't kick 3 or 4. Butters and Rosie were really good last week. I was sort of like, hey, why aren't you guys playing good football? Stupid me said it before they played the Swans, and they both played really well. Butters had 25+, kicked a goal. 25+ is $2. Rosie only had 20, but he was really good. He's $2.65 to have 25+. And given the rain around, I think Port at the line minus 11.5 and under 156.5 points at $3.90 looks a good go. You can see like Junior Rioli kicking 3, but it's like 3 goals 4. Just because the ball's going to be on the deck. Like just Charlie brings it down. He's just zipping around there and snapping it over his shoulder from the Eddie Betts pocket.
Nice. Dig it. So what's the play here, Sats Go? What do you reckon?
Oh, I do like Port to win, but I don't mind the Dogs at the line. I think they've shown a bit. If it's going to be wet, like you said, Dogs.
That's kind of my vibe now.
Dogs are
It's like
really,
the line if
really
it's
good
wet.
in the wet. Like you got Libba who literally can just pick up a ball even if it looks
It's
like
just
soap,
really
so.
annoying that there's not another game on at this time to watch.
No, I reckon it'll be a decent game. If Bulldogs,
Mate,
been
after
playing
watching both teams last week, I want to watch something else.
Yeah,
No,
fair
this will
enough.
be right. It could just be a bit of a arm wrestle. I think that the 11.5 is a tricky one, but I do think it is Port to win it, and I do think the under hits. So it's kind of like that weird tricky one. Do you just go Port head to
It's like
head?
a 75-50 written all over it.
Yeah.
So the under feels great to me, and the Port Adelaide head to head is my pick. So
Tipping Port
Port, yep.
nice. Sunday, Geelong West Coast.
out at Norwood.
Pack her up, boys. West Coast. Why are you bothering?
Geelong's got the bye.
Why are you bothering? Yeah, it's the West Coast buy. Geelong are
I feel bad for West Coast.
and 8 cents.
$1 at 8.
That's pretty
value, I
short.
reckon.
West Coast are $8.
Take it back. This is Adelaide Oval.
Adelaide Oval.
Okay.
Thank you. The line is 42.5 for this. The over under is 161. Geelong might just have that themselves. So the obvious play here is Geelong 40+. That's $1.68. What I do like though is Geelong 60+. That's $2.70. Geelong and the over 161.5. You can get that with like Ladbrokes. On the
Yeah, I like the over, yeah.
I'd be all over that one. You can get Geelong Cats and over 161 is $1.98. So I am just crushing that. In terms of like player props, the obvious one is Jeremy Cameron.
Jeremy
Cameron.
The Brownlow medalist.
Jeremy
That's his
Cameron.
evil twin.
He's got a mustache.
He probably had one
A
at some
bowler hat?
stage.
He's got a bowler
He's
hat.
really well spoken. Oh, hello, everybody.
That's harsh.
As opposed to your g'days, it's Jeremy.
Yeah, I see the
I
ball.
love Jeremy Cameron
yeah.
to go get that ball.
Yeah, but no,
He's a
they're
farmer.
like,
He's-
what do you do when you go into the centre, Jeremy? Oh, I don't go to the meetings. I just get the footy.
Get the footy.
Just kick
That's what I
snags.
do.
Yeah, what a man.
Amazingly, West Coast have covered the line in 5 straight games following a home loss.
What?
I don't think it's going to happen here. This is an
Oh, God,
absolute
what's that?
belting. Tim Kelly is an interesting one.
He's been on
playing
fire.
awesome.
Well, he has to be. They got no players left.
So to go 30 plus, he's $2.45.
That
They've
was-
got nobody else. There's nobody else. This
he
is
was
against
the
his old team.
same
This
price
is going to
last
be
week.
huge. So,
He had 36 last week as well, and that was what his price was last week. So
the Jeremy Cameron one, that $3.75.
Yeah, I'm all over that as
I
well.
love
that's
it.
what.
give
Yeah,
me
that's
that.
awesome.
Tom
me that.
Stewart, 25 plus disposals.
So like Charlie was $2.40 to kick 4 against like a way better team.
way better team.
And Jez is only going to kick 1 more against a really, really average team.
How
Yeah.
many have last week? 7.
7.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Monday 7 against Hawthorn and probably could have had way more.
Yep.
Tom Stewart, 25 plus disposals, $1.78 as well. I don't mind that. He only just eked over 20 this week. And I think
That's
didn't
because
get down
that's
that much.
because in the
Thanks.
second half the ball did not go in the Geelong back
I
line.
do have a feeling he gets more of a hand on the ball against West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Geelong points total over. Just Geelong by themselves, $1.85
Yeah, I forgot you could bet on this.
to go over 101.5. I love that.
Nice.
Love it.
Like in the wet on Monday, they kicked 100 and
Yeah, it
20
wasn't
something.
easy condition. They kicked 120.
So this one seems pretty easy, right? Geelong.
Geelong, yeah.
Poor
West Coast, yeah.
Right. Who's got GWS Hawthorn?
Oh, the blockbuster of the weekend. Thanks for giving me the 2 best games of the weekend, James.
I mean, do you not want to have a job?
Oh, whoa, okay. I do. I definitely do.
I didn't say that. It was Alex.
Yeah, so Hawks and Giants. Hawks have only won this matchup 3 of the last 9. So there was a draw in there as well. So it's not too bad. And they've only played at the Adelaide Oval once in the last 3 years.
They're playing at Norwood, stats guy.
Oh, sorry. They haven't played at Norwood, whatever. So there we go. But they have only played in South Australia once in the last 3 years. I don't know if that's going to come
That's
into it.
crazy.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't know. There's some teams that just don't travel to
Well, I
certain
feel like
places.
they do play teams like Adelaide and Port, like in Tassie.
Tassie probably, yeah, because you're not going to get as big crowds. Yeah, I was going to say about No Kaczynski. Leo just told me that he's actually not even getting a game, just even when he's fit at the moment. But you got Fergus Green, who's undersized. I don't think Hawks can kick a big score. Giants rely too much on Toby Green. He's been still pretty solid, and he's always going to kick a few goals. But I think he can't kick 5 or 6 every week. So I'm going the under 162.5 is probably my best bet in this one at $1.88. Just don't trust either of their forward lines at all, especially the Hawks last week looked horrible. Then we're going to go with a really niche one with the third quarter. So Alex showed me this one last week.
I showed
It's
stats guy this yesterday.
Amazing stat.
Yeah, so the Hawks in the third quarters this year, I've kicked 1 goal, 5-11, and against them is 24-14, 158. So
They didn't kick a point
Load
on
up.
Monday.
158 to 11. They actually have started the first half in almost a lot of their games pretty well, and they compete. And then they come out in the third quarter. The other team sort of realizes their game plan. They don't change. Hawks don't change their game plan.
Sam Mitchell has gone into halftime every game going,
Yeah.
we've got this one, boys.
No, so literally,
Bang.
I saw Sam Mitchell in an interview Monday night. He said, "Yeah, with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, I asked Mitch Lewis, anything we can do to help?" Nah.
Should we get out there?
Anything we can do to help.
Like, throw on the jersey.
Great,
Run out there,
great
Sam.
coaching plan. Can we help?
that's
I don't know. Come up with a better game plan.
But yeah, so you can find actually some markets on this on Ladbrokes. GWS to win the third quarter, multi it with Hawks under 18.5 total
I
third
love
quarter
this.
points is $2.20 on Ladbrokes. So there you go.
I'll see you later. I'm going down the
even
Traya,
like,
move
I'm
my
surprised
money
that-
towards that,
I'm
please.
surprised that over under is 8.5 because 3 goals in a quarter is like not too bad. So yeah,
Especially when they've only been averaging 3 goals a half.
GWS will tear out that third quarter, and that $2.20 looks pretty good. Don't mind the Giants 1-39 though, just because I don't think they have enough quality to
this
win
could
by
be
40.
40 plus.
I know, yeah, I don't think they do.
I think this is a big one. I think
This is where Toby kicks 7 and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
this is the random game this year where the Giants are like, oh, no, we're really up and about. And you're like,
oh, they don't have
yeah, I was
enough
against
quality.
Hawthorn.
Yeah, it
They got
doesn't
a lot of
count.
players that wouldn't get games elsewhere, I reckon. But then
You say that every week. I love it.
I said it about Giants and I said it.
GWS.
I don't rate them all this year. Then random player prop that I didn't put in there was Isaac Cumming 25 plus. He's really good run off halfback, and I think he'll find some space in this one. He also averages 28 against Hawthorn. It's the only team he averages over 26, I think. So
Yeah, nice.
Does he know if he's coming or going?
and actually $2.35 for him to get 25 plus.
Nice one. So the under 162.5. that's
Yeah,
what
I
we
don't
play.
trust either of these 2 forward lines. I think it's going to be a bit of a scrap, and Giants will just get over the line.
And GWS as well, yep.
Yep.
So all the tips, GWS.
GWS.
Nice. Last one, the absolute
yeah.
barn burner to finish off Gather
Barn
Round.
burner.
This is going to be unreal. Collingwood St Kilda. Takes
Huge.
away Alex.
Collingwood $1.44, St Kilda $2.85, minus 14.5 for the Pies. St Kilda plus 15.5, where you can get it, $1.91 each. Now, with the rain around, potential rain again on Sunday, how stuffed will this deck be potentially? It's what is it? 6
Yeah, I
games
don't
of
know.
football.
We'll find
This
out.
is the sixth and final game of the weekend.
Should be okay still.
Saints, pretty big odds here, given Collingwood sort of got exposed last week by not having a ruckman. Do you not think Rowan Marshall is absolutely licking his lips to
could have a
get
big
into
week,
this
yeah.
contest and win
Yeah.
about 5 million hitouts? Whenever the market comes out, so I had a look at this earlier, him to get 100 plus fantasy points is a dead set lock
Yep.
because hitouts to advantage, taking marks down the line, he's going to do all of that throughout the game. Nick Dacos, 35 plus, $2.80. Kid's a freak.
He's so good.
Shout out to the losers on the internet finding that one mistake he made last weekend when he had 38 touches and tried to put Brisbane on his Collingwood on his back and win the game. Get a life, you losers.
That was weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
That was weird. Yeah.
he is legitimately
He was-
incredible. And
he's
you're
so
like,
good.
Oh, well, look at this disposal. It's like,
he had 38 clean ones, and also usually because you
Jack
put,
Silvani butchered 3 straight
I know,
kicks
exactly.
But when
in
you
the
put
third
stuff in
quarter,
slow-
and like it just no one cares. Whereas,
anything
like,
in
Nick
slow-mo
Dacos has
looks
one
worse
bad one.
because
course.
he's naturally thinking, I'm picking this up clean and I'm looking to dish off already. So he wasn't nervous. He was looking to dish off, and it's the one time he fumbled
He was almost
this year.
too good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like,
literally.
oh.
He's like, I am really good. Look at the. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So with him getting 35 plus, it's like, oh, but Ross will tag him. Yeah, but his brother Josh, Jordan DeGoey,
Yeah, they got
Chris
it.
running off halfback.
Very good team.
Like, so a lot of issues for us to go, crap, who are we going to tag? I don't know.
Yep.
Jordan DeGoey to kick 2 plus, $3.40. Got a real big vibe about him. Tap down, running out of the center and bombing a long goal. He's got 12 goals in 5 against the Saints. And for me, the most underrated forward in the game, Brody Myercheck. 3 goals plus.
Very good.
$3. He kicked 3 last week and yet again, super underrated. And like we said a few weeks ago, it's like, how'd Collingwood win? Oh, yeah, Myercheck
Yeah,
kicked
James
4.
was saying this. Oh,
yeah.
Dude, Mikey kick
Cool,
four.
yeah,
Oh,
he's a
did.
gun.
He
Like,
does
he's
it
a
every
freak.
week, yeah.
It's 'cause he
Every
wears-
week you don't notice
It's
him, but
literally
he's
because he
good
wears
with
black boots, has a really large number on his back.
I think
and you
I say
just don't
large head.
notice him.
He looks like a
He's a large-
non-playable character. Like,
That's
it's
a
like
great
it's like
reference.
he's a video game character walking past. Like, was that Brody Myercheck?
Yeah,
going on
he's a
here?
gun.
And he just kicks 3 goals
But
as
the
he
thing
watches.
is,
You're
I
like,
bet
what is
every
going
team
on
in the
here?
league would be like, I want Brody Myercheck in my team. Like, he rules.
Oh, he's a great
So
player.
yeah, no, I like that as well. And I'm thinking this is going to be the under, given St Kilda's probably will try to shut down Collingwood more than get into a shootout, because they get into a shootout with Collingwood, they will
They'll
not
lose, yeah.
win.
Yep.
Nice one. There you
I
go.
like that. I like that.
The tips here. So what was the over-under there for that one?
I'm getting it up
Alex,
now.
great job.
Yeah.
I think so.
I've got it
screen
here.
disappeared
I've got
on
it
me.
here. It's 161 and a half.
Yeah, under.
Really?
Yep.
161 last
Well,
game of the
especially if
round.
there's some rain around, torn up track.
I might have to go the over.
I like the over
Collingwood-
because they're both scoring pretty big scores. At
They
the
are.
moment.
I think
two of the
I'm gonna
highest
go
scoring
Collingwood.
teams in
I think
the league.
Collingwood at the line and the over is probably my play there.
Yeah.
My tip is there, Collingwood.
Collingwood.
Yeah, I don't mind Collingwood the line as well.
This is fascinating. All right, because I don't know, like this is a Saints team that's looked
They're
incredible
unbeaten.
so
Yep.
far.
But it's also like, who have you played?
Exactly.
That's right. Fremantle.
Pies
Western
off a
Bulldogs.
loss last week. They've had a bit of extra rest because that was Thursday.
But it's like Fremantle, Western Bulldogs, Essendon, Gold Coast.
Yep.
For St Kilda.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
They've
like
literally beaten bottom 8 teams.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Pies, there you go. Best bets for this week. We can't actually get Harry McFive on this week because there's no list for Harry McFive yet.
Oh,
Because he's
'Cause he
only
just
been,
got off his suspension,
Just got
yeah.
off the suspension. So
Yep.
no Harry McFive. Charlie Curnow, the 4+ though, that feels just too easy. It's like $2.60. If you really wanted to go pretty big, I think my other best bet was going to be Bailey Fritsch. So I had that 3+ goals
That's
in
a
the
good bet.
yeah, I think
actual
that's a
one.
good bet. He loves to go.
If you want to go more than that though, I couldn't argue against you. If you want to go 5+ for Bailey, $12.
That's not bad. That's
love
not
that.
bad.
I love it. $12. Bailey has those 1 or 2 games a
Where he
year where he
kicks
just
6.
like kicks 6
Yeah,
and you're like,
3 of them are in
what
the
was
goal
that?
square.
And it's like, you're playing.
That's it. Like,
Essendon.
because
This
he
is gonna
takes
be
a
fun
mark
as.
and handballs it over the
Handballs
top to him.
He always
He's in the
gets
goal
there.
square.
I don't like. He's
It's just this sort of weird game
Stat
where he
padding.
just sort of dominates and like Melbourne ride into a big win.
Yep.
Just saying, for $12, I feel good, but that 2+, 3+ for Bailey is where I'm at.
Nice.
For 3+, looking at it right now, yeah, it was $2.60. And probably my best first goal kicker is probably Cozzy. I love that. Love that. Anyway, Sats guy, what's your best bet?
Yeah, I just think Melbourne at the line, minus 24.5 against the Bombers. I just don't trust the Bombers. They've obviously got a few wins, but not against any of the big teams. Then Danaher against North. I hate to say this, but 3+ I think is probably my best bet of the weekend at $2.35. Just think we don't have a matchup for him at all. So yeah.
What about the Suva? What's he go for?
He
always gets 2+.
Pinned the hammy last week.
He looked like he got shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if. Well, I don't think we'll want to get.
You don't play
rested,
the
but we might
Suva,
rest
you're
him,
going to get beat by 100.
Yeah. Look, yeah, I don't know. I think you can always lock him in for 2+, but he's probably not.
He didn't kick goal last week. He had like 5 touches.
Yeah, he looked very injured.
He couldn't move.
Yeah.
And we
He
also
took that
kept
mark
bombing it on
and it
his
was
head.
like, oh God, he's going to die.
I do love the Suva. You can always chuck him in 2+ for
I mean, you can't. You would have lost last week.
if he plays.
Nice. Alex.
Jezza, 5+ goals. Chunley, 30+ possessions. And the D's, 40+.
Nice. Some good best bets. I like that. So $3.75 for Jezza.
Yep, $3.60 at Bet365
That's
for
good
Chunley.
for Chunley, yeah.
And the D's, 40+, $2.70 with Ladbrokes.
I absolutely love that 40+ for the D's. I just don't rate Essendon.
Nah, I don't know.
I feel like I've watched a lot of them and I've just come away.
I've
each
watched
game
too
just
much
going,
Essendon and Hawthorn this year, and it's 4 rounds in.
Nice one. There you go. Gather round your tally screens.
Tomorrow
your computer
night.
screens. Tomorrow night for a bit of Carlton Adelaide follow-along live stream. That's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. So, CODE Bet Daily done for today. Well, CODE Bet Weekly Daily AFL show. There you go.
Gather round.
Gather round. We'll be back next week with the flat-out AFL gear to wrap it all up, set you up for next week. But, of course, really, it's all about the live stream this week. Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be absolutely gnarly. Jump in, throw some comments.
Be awesome.
Gather around the comment section. Gather around a few tins. It's going to be great fun. Obviously, AFL Show has its own feed in Spotify, so subscribe on that. I think you can also just duck into it in your usual podcast app. So like, review, star it. Chuck in a review while you're at it too. That'd be handy. Check out, obviously, codebet.com.au for all of the AFL previews each week too.
Yeah.
We're breaking down each of these games even more in depth than we just did.
Awesome.
Which is very. And for that live stream, of course, make sure you're following across all the socials anyway. YouTube, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. It's going to be fun. That's it, I think.
Yep.
Remember, comment section. Live
Shout
stream.
out to Gerald for the kick-ass poster.
Yeah, he did a great job.
It looks
Gerald.
awesome, yeah.
Thanks, Sats Guy.
Thank you. Go
Thank you,
North.
Alex.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
And thanks to Gerald, as always, for producing, and Leo for apparently getting topless and causing havoc in Adelaide all weekend.
Don't get arrested. Don't die. The bail money is in the account.
We're going to send Alex over to Adelaide
I don't think he's the
to
most
actually
responsible.
bail you out, and you'll never see him again.
No, but then we're going to have to bail both of them out.
Yeah, I'll
So
see.
I'll send you.
I
And
think you
say,
said me. I'll send James going to bail
Yeah,
us
but we
all
said
out.
stats go over
I
there.
don't just leave you 3
Yeah.
days. Like, I don't care anymore. I'll just do it myself. Right. Before we go, somebody lost a bet.
I don't remember that. Did I?
Somebody did.
There is evidence on this telephone within the group chat.
I blew up my phone.
I'm just saying, Stats Guy should have bet the line.
I should have.
You owe us a cartwheel. Let's see it.
Oh,
Get out
I've
back there.
never done a cartwheel, so this will be interesting.
Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da.
His
Da, da, da.
tracksuit pant looking jeans are going to struggle here.
He's got
Move
his
the
tracky
chairs.
jeans. Here we go.
All right, look out.
I feel like we
Do
should
it.
have a slow clap.
You are the most unathletic human ever. I can't wait to watch you play footy this year.
So how did Stats Guy die? Well, he died the way he lived.
Doing cartwheels at work.
All right. CODE Bet Daily AFL. How good are bets?
Oh, that hurt. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.